do me a favor. But the hip hop you feel. Banamang. Banomon. Vulana mesh. We never die. We multiply, motherfucker.
Umamang kuzangabangan. Begging kabangan. Kerizeli span. Push up, press up, pan. Umamang kuzangabangan. Begging kabangan. Kerizeli span. Push up, press up, pan. Teaching kalagat.
Welcome to this boxing talk. We tuned in here with Tian Fick and Matthew Lishi. We're in the home of Madford MMA. You've been in this facility now for 2 years. How are you finding it?
Yeah, so we opened in 2015. So I opened my first gym with Don Med when we were 25, and then we were in a smaller premises before. And then we grew, and then in April will be 2 years, we moved to this premises. And yeah, we've been growing a lot, and it's been awesome. It's a very easy accessible premises, and yeah, the guys love the space, and I love it here. So I think we'll be here to stay for a while.
Okay, so over the 2 years, there's been a lot of action that's been happening. Now more recently, there's been the heavyweight title fight in December. I think from my perspective, I've heard a lot of Ruan's side of the story, with the ring caving in and also the steroid allegations. But from your side, how did events unfold? What seemed to happen from before the fight and after the fight? What was the negotiations, or how are you feeling with regards to this?
Yeah, well, he trained really hard for that fight. Obviously, Tian wanted that fight for over a year and a half.
More, 2 years since I started, yeah.
So yeah, he'll tell you how he felt.
Well, I know a lot of people kind of read from the newspapers what happened. It was on the other coin side. But what they don't realize is the other guy in the ring that actually pitched up and that was there and ready was me, and that we did commit about 6 months of my life was committed, the sacrifices I've made, the time I invested, the people I paid, the time my coach put in, the times I stood up while everybody was still sleeping to train and going to sleep again, still training. I don't think I've ever been this fit for 12 rounds. I do know that I can't necessarily judge anybody for their actions or what's happened because I don't see life through their perspective. I think part of your first few steps in personal growth is not to judge someone else if you cannot see life through their eyes. So if you don't have anything good to say, you'd rather keep quiet. And I do know that I can't put anything on the Fisser camp for what happened that day, although I do know from the promoter's side that the ring was signed off and everything was good to go. But the belt still stayed in his hands, and the kind of powerlessness that I felt standing in the ring and seeing all this unfold, I had no decision making there. I had no anything to say. I didn't have any power to. It wasn't in my hands, although I had all the work put in. I also had to drastically change my plans, my life plans, with my wife currently, and everything else, my coach and my team as well. And nothing came from that, nothing at all.
Even when in January we wanted an immediate fight to happen, and then Ruan got injured. So then they wanted us to fight for an interim title against somebody that we already beat. So Tian, with all his hard work, he kept getting the raw end of the deal. You know what I mean? And then there was no set date when we're going to get this title shot. So it's just holding someone's career back over and over and holding the whole division. It's
I was offered a rematch a month and a half ago. I did spoke to their camp, so respect to that. But also, like usual, I didn't have the time to prepare. They gave me a short time. My wedding was right in the middle of that. Two things: I would never ever take a fight if I don't have the time to prep for it. And I do know I was 12 rounds fit in December, but came my January holiday, and then I got back to training. I was 3 rounds fit back again. So you can only maintain that peak fitness for a little while.
You can't
People don't understand.
overtrain yourself.
Yeah. So it's all those details you need to kind of focus on. So I'm just glad that kind of life came full circle, and I do have the potential opportunity to fight anybody for the title.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was after. We did have some plans to go to Las Vegas to fight there, which we are going to kind of put on hold for now, just to get the title first, or to fight for it, at least have that opportunity. I'm very, very glad for that. It made that I had to switch my plans up again, but it is for the best, especially this time around. So.
Yeah, definitely. But I think, I mean, I can't, touch on the ban or Ruan. I don't know the legal matters of that. But yeah, we did get an offer to fight in the US. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. BSA hasn't made a decision, so we don't want
wait for them.
We want to wait for BSA, but hopefully, I think Tian is deserving of this title shot. So if it's a vacant title, if it's whatever happens, I just
don't give it to me. Give me a chance to fight for it.
Yeah. Whoever it is, if it's I heard a rumor about Justice. He wants his title. Osborne. Osborne wants his title back. We heard about that. We don't know, but I just think whoever it is, I think Tian's deserving of that title shot.
Okay. So let me get this. Your current state of feeling is that you'd like to fight for the title fight. You don't feel like you are the current SA champion. Is that correct?
I feel personally that what would have happened in December, I would have won. So I kind of feel I would have had the belt. But every fighter should feel like that in their own individuality, yes. But I certainly didn't feel like a loser after that fight. I definitely didn't feel like a winner either. I would have liked to do the job that I was set out to do in the ring. But I'm just happy to get another opportunity. In the time period that I have enough time to prep. And then guys like Joshi and Sutherland, they can all get chances now to also. So I'm very, very glad for those, the under guys, they have the opportunity now. So, and if I do get that belt, I'm very much sure to be a good ambassador to the sport. I love this game, I love this country. No matter what my plans are in the future, I want to raise that belt. I make promises to people. Exactly. I want to keep it.
Like Tian, it's something that Tian's always wanted to do, and it's something that, especially for a lot of Cape Town fighters, these opportunities don't come easy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So when they do come,
you have to grab them with
and then it got taken away like that. So it was and there is a lot of talent in Cape Town. There's a lot of good fighters in Cape Town. I've got a good stable at the moment. I've turned 4 guys pro now in January, and I've got a good stable. Guys are making their debut on the 4th of April, 18th of April. So yeah, there's and I just think I think boxing is on the up in Cape Town, which is cool, and I just feel you get so close like how Tian was when that happens, So, but nonetheless, these things happen. Also it is for Ruan. Falling out the ring like that. For any fighter, he could have landed on his head. My biggest thing was what happens if the fight went on and somebody got hit and they fell and that rope broke when they got hit and someone got knocked out and fell out the ring. So maybe the boxing gods were saying we're doing everyone a favor because if someone got hit and that happened and they fell on their head, someone could have died there. You know what I mean?
Now there was 8 fights beforehand as well, and there was heavyweights fighting each other in that corner. I hear. So
that's the thing. It's the craziest thing.
Don't know what to kind of think and what to believe.
The ring was perfect for all the fights. There was 9 or 8 fights. So that's the craziest thing ever. I don't think that's ever happened in boxing history.
So bring me to my next question. What do you think is in store for Cape Town boxing and for your own stable within the upcoming months?
Well, yeah, I think there's a lot of development tournaments that are happening, which is cool for the guys, give them opportunities. Like I said, my guys are fighting, my light heavyweight is fighting on the 4th of April, he's making his debut. Dwayne, my middleweight, is also making his debut on the 18th of April. That's the undercard of Abdul and Baby Jake fight. And then Wade, my other middleweight, he's making his return also on the 18th. Which is cool, I've got another junior middleweight who's looking to make his debut too. So at least there is some opportunities in Cape Town, And then from there, hopefully the guys can get opportunities other places. But I think Cape Town boxing is on the up. There's so many boxing gyms in Cape Town. Everyone's boxing here, whether it's for fitness or it's growing here. Even Alan's tournaments on Friday. There was a lot of things said about it. But when I went there, I thought all the fights were fairly matched. I think all the fights were competitive. And I think it was great for Cape Town boxing, So a lot of people look at the negative in boxing. I don't know why, when there's a lot of positive, I just think it's a lot of boxing in general, guys are quick to put out the negative, you know what I mean? And I just think if everyone's positive and they want to grow the sports and work together, it can work,
Yeah, it's gonna take a while before you get to like the creme de la creme of the sport, as in terms of the momentum built and what is being done. Tian, your plans are kind of uncertain for the next few
Well,
months.
as it stands now, with regards to what happened last week, I'm definitely wanting the title. So whoever is the title holder or who it's vacant, whoever I need to fight, I'll fight them. Once I have the belt, I need to take Matty overseas now. So we're hoping to go overseas for 1 or 2 fights. I don't want to make it too much of a long, but I know I've got a big fight in me.
Yeah.
That would have been December.
Yeah.
And so we're looking for that big one and then round it off with 1 or 2 more ones, perhaps, make some good money and then
I think
see.
Tian's yet to be
I'm
tested.
36, man.
You know? He's 36, but he's in very good shape. You know, heavyweights can last. You know, it's not like 36 isn't that old for a heavyweight, especially when Tian's got no injuries,
No boxing injuries.
No boxing injuries. You know, he does a full camp. He trains hard. There's never a problem with his body. He never needs rest. He rests 1 day a week. It's not like he needs to take extra rest because he's 36 years old. So it's not. I don't think the case that he's old in boxing terms. He's got a lot left in him, and I think we need that big fight to test him and see what he can do. You know, a guy as big as Tian, over 2 meters tall, if he hits you, he hits anyone, you're in trouble. So that's the thing about the heavyweight division. You know, so I would like to test that, and Tian is a fighter at heart. He wants to do this, you know, and I just think if we win this SA title, or whoever we fight for it, I think will be the deserved champion for that. I think he deserves it, and then we'll see what happens. You know, maybe go represent South Africa somewhere else in the US as we have got offers. So it'll be.
We should test that corner of that ring before the fight starts.
Yeah.
Just for Josh's or Sutherland's sake, just make sure all the rings are fine and stand here.
Guys, it's been a pleasure catching up with you.
Of course.
Let's see what happens in future. Thanks for catching up with this Debacle
Thank you.
again.
Thank you very much. Of course,
And
man.
we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you.
So what's happening right here, EB?
I'm getting into the ring and going on a suicide mission and being punched by Tian Fick. You don't know Tian Fick? I'm just here to say with you.
Ready for this?
Yeah, this is Tian Fick at 30%. Hopefully future is a champ. Future is heavyweight.
Maybe future world champ. Who knows?
Oh, here we go. Give a real one.
My brother,
Maybe I'll be. Well done, man.
if I ever throw a body shot like that, my boy.